Alrighty. So I tried really hard to think of an AI launch by a company who was maybe underrated or up and coming. I really want to try to showcase those like the underdogs on this show. But at the end of the day, the launch that really stood out to me the most is from one of the biggest brands out there, Canva. And I know we gently touched on Canva in a previous episode, but we didn't talk about this launch. And so this is what I'm going to talk
We're
about
just going to
today, the
default to
launch of
Canva whenever we can't. Like, I feel like Canva just one of
yeah.
those companies. I'm sorry, we're stealing some time, but like anytime we can't think of someone, it's
No, no,
like,
no.
what did Canva do? What did they do for
And
this?
I wonder if
No.
every episode when we talk about Canva, were they the example that won?
Yeah,
Curious.
that's a good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Okay, back to my time, guys. So, okay, I actually love this launch, and I would say this is my favorite launch from Canva at like overall as well. So, super stoked I get to talk about it today. And there's a few reasons why I think it is the best AI launch. One of those reasons has to do with the launch itself. The other reasons are some really smart strategic go-to-market decisions that they made around how to bring this to market. So, first, let's talk about the launch. They built trust, interest, and demand with rolling thunder launches. And I feel like we should be taking a shot every time we say rolling thunder on this show because we say it so much. But it's, as we know, such a powerful strategy. And Canva is such a great example of a company that uses this well. So, similar to Jason, your example, Canva released a series of different AI evolutions over time. And I would say I'm calling them teasers before they actually launched Magic Studio. So they kept the Rolling Thunder going for about a 6-month period from March of 2023 until the official launch in October. But it actually started even before that. So Canva first dipped their toe in the AI waters in 2022 with the release of Magic, right? And then they did a fast follow in March with the handful of other magical features. And they actually claim to be the first company to integrate this chat GPT style AI across their entire product suite. And they really did set the tone for like a UI friendly, customer friendly way of engaging with AI. And so with each release in their Rolling Thunder, they're not only expanding the AI use case, so you're starting to see functionality pop up in app, maybe you're getting emails about it, but they're also adjusting and testing their messaging. And as the months go by, since I'm a user of Canva, I can really see that their language is softening and they're really adjusting how they're communicating the value of AI. And with each new feature that's popping up, I'm starting to get the sense of momentum and a feeling like maybe something bigger is coming. Then finally, they kind of give the hint that yes, something bigger is coming. They create a dedicated landing page where you can capture leads and they're going to offer you early access signups. The page had a countdown timer to create a sense of urgency and excitement. And then finally, in October of 2023, they package all of their AI features, which they've previously released, into a new product that they call Magic Studio. And I think they did the timing of this really well. First, they built up demand, interest, and credibility with all of the releases that they were doing. But then they also timed the launch of Magic Studio with their 10-year anniversary as a company. And so they're already getting press and some eyeballs on this. And it really is setting the stage for like the next 10 years of Canva. So that's the launch itself. And truly, I could talk about this for the whole time, but I think they did some other stuff right too. So the next one is they have built really whimsical and differentiated positioning. Most companies, when they talk about AI and they position AI, as we just talked about, they talk about saving time, increasing productivity. So, let the robots do robot stuff so you can do what you love most. Canva takes a completely different spin on this. So here's what some of their competitors say. Adobe says, Adobe AI champions standards that enhance productivity. Prezi says, refine, enhance, and tailor content quicker than ever. What does Canva say? Supercharge your creativity. So they talk about simplifying workflows. They talk about saving time, but their leading value proposition is actually about creativity, transformation, dreaming bigger. And so they're positioning their AI as not just, removing the boring stuff so you can be creative, but actually our AI will make you more creative. And I think that's pretty bold, but it is resonating really well. And so they make this AI seem larger than life and magical. And this magical element is carried through every AI product that they've released at Canva. They have Magic Design, they have Magic Switch, they have Magic Media. Every AI product that's released gets a magic name. And now this might sound kitschy to some people, but I really like it for 3 reasons. The first reason is pattern recognition. It's super easy for customers, prospects, anyone to know immediately when a Canva product is powered by AI because it has the name Magic in it. The second reason is reinforced branding. With every new AI product they release, the magic grows. The brand around magic grows. And they're like basically creating more value for what they've previously released with each future release. And so it's super powerful. It's really compounding the benefit of magic. And then finally, differentiation. So, since they've given their AI its own brand, it stands out against competitors who all call their products co-pilots. And it makes it super easy for, it'd be super hard for a competitor to steal it at this point. It would be pretty obvious that you ripped it off from Canva if you started to call your AI product Magic something. And so, it's not to say someone won't do that, but I think they've built a bit of a differentiated moat here. The third thing I want to talk about is how they address skepticism with launch. And so what Canva did was they put a proactive emphasis on safety and data. And now, the user of Canva is an everyday person. They're not necessarily someone super technical or sophisticated. And so there's definitely a higher level of skepticism about technology and AI. And so they address this face on by launching something alongside Magic Studio called Canva Shield. And Canva Shield is a set of trust, safety, and privacy controls that positions Canva as a responsible and ethical player in the AI space. And so Canva Shield actually allows you to turn on and off privacy settings, like whether your content will be used to train Canva's AI. And in a time when almost every company is like really unclear and fuzzy about this, Canva takes such a clear stand and allows you to opt in, which I just think is super powerful. They also announced with the launch of Magic Studio a $200 million commitment over 3 years in content and AI royalties for creators on their platform who do opt in to help them train their own models. So again, getting ahead of a lot of criticism that could come around this topic of, is it ethical for AI to use other creators' work to train their own models? I'm going to take one more second because you guys interrupted me earlier. But not only are these all compelling reasons, but when you name your product Magic something, it better actually be magical. And it is. I mean, the best part of Canva AI is that it just works, unlike any other AI product I've ever used. If you've tried it, you know that it really does feel like magic. And so spot on there. And fun fact, as of May 2024, Canva's AI products have been used more than 5 billion with a B times. And so I'm obviously not the only one who thinks that it is magical. I rest my
Boom.
case.
Well done.
Boom.
Leaving us
That
with
was
that
nice.
stat. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I think that there's a couple of things that I love about this launch. One is I think they replicated multiple things about the Canva Magic launch in other launches down the road. Like I remember like that countdown thing that you mentioned. A lot of like the in-app walkthroughs. I remember seeing that with like their product showcase, which I think they did like maybe, I don't know, like I guess it was close to like a year later, or maybe 6 months later, whatever. And so that just goes to show like they really went all out for that launch. And then they're like, ooh, wow, this really went well for us. Like what can we replicate for other launches down the road,
I just thought, they're in a great space too, where they can be whimsical and like everything that they do is very visual. So like when you're,
Totally.
you take like a GitHub, for example, it's like, it's code. The output is code, which is like not the sexiest thing, but when you have like very cool, whatever you design, one pagers or presentations or everything, it's just like, it lends itself to like really just cool looking marketing that catches people's eye and stuff, which I like. I really like too, the whole like royalty piece.
Yeah. I didn't know
I
that.
think that's super
I've
smart,
never
and
heard of
it's
that
like
before.
needed too, because
Yeah.
I do think you're gonna
Yeah.
a platform like Canva, like you come in there, eventually you just be able to like design me a one pager that looks like XYZ, and it's gonna make you something that's probably based off like things people have built in there. And so I don't know how that revenue share is gonna
Yeah.
work, but that's awesome.
Yeah. Do you have any more info on that, Tamara?
It's unclear. Basically, so when you go into your Canva Shield, there's a toggle that lets you turn on if you want your content to be training the model or not, and then a few other options. People who toggle it on, because the default is off, people who toggle it on will be basically pooled into this group, and then funds will be distributed in some way. And there's not a lot of clarity on that. But this is kind of a newer announcement. So I think it will have more information as it starts to roll out a little bit more. But I love that. Like, I just feel like they're doing the right thing. And there's so many tools and products where it's like, just be unclear, just like leave it to the imagination, like, or like default on, we'll use it to train it and like make them jump through hoops if they want to have it opt out. And I just love that they're like, no, we're going to default you to opt out. We're going to give you so much options on how to opt in and just make it super clear, because I feel like that immediately I trust them more, whether or not I should. I just do because they've taken a stand on it.
That's true.
Yeah.
But Jason, I do believe seeing is believing. And I think like, and this is why they can get away with the magic in the name, I think, because everywhere, whether it's in their marketing, on the landing page, in app, it's littered with these like illustrations or visualizations of how the product actually gets applied. And you literally see magic happen before your eyes. Like, it's pretty crazy. I remember back in the day when Canva first came out with like background remover.
Yeah,
I thought that was
sick.
crazy at
I
the
use that every
time.
day.
Same.
But not every day, every week.
Yeah,
I use a different tool for it. Yeah.
totally. Exactly. And now it's like the magical moment that you first experienced when you used that product is replicated across their entire product in every tab that you go into. And I think that's hard to do. It's hard to keep the magic alive across your entire product and not just in one area of your product. And so I
Yeah.
think they do a really good job there.